What is up, guys? Lokovodo here. Today I'm going to be bringing the first video in what will hopefully become a series of videos that will just do park showcases for Roller Coaster Tycoon 2. Let's get right into this. This is a project. I want to say I spent 10 to 20 hours on this project. If I can remember my tile count, I want to say this was 75 by 75. What I did with this park was I created this scenario where I just made a river. I made like kind of a little mountainy area, and then kind of like a lake-like area. I blocked everything off, and I made it to where I had to build out and basically do everything. Personally, when I play Roller Coaster Tycoon 2, I like to work with money. So, I turn money on and all that kind of stuff. This park is free entrance, pay for rides, which is my preferred way to play. What I'm going to do is I'm going to start with this side near the entrance and talk about it, and then I'm going to kind of just go from there and showcase the whole park. So, the name of this park is Dimensional River, which the reason why I went with the name Dimensional River was because I've been listening to a lot of dark psytrance, which is like really psychedelic. That's kind of why I went with Dimensional River, because the main thing about this park was a river, and I've been listening to a lot of psytrance. So you can see right off the bat we have like what I started to do with this park is I went with the Wonderland theming for a lot of this park, and I went with abstract theming for a lot of the other parts of the park. You see over here, this merry-go-round is like pretty cool, and I have like a nice little Wonderland themed Cheshire cats that like I really like this ride. It's like a pretty cool, gentle ride. Also, I have the first roller coaster over here is currently broken down. It's called Elegante, which is named after a BMS song. Yes! Elegante is really nice. It's just like a nice smooth ride. It's really short and simple. You can see his stats on screen. You can kind of watch it right now. I really like this ride. It's like it takes up not very much space, and it's short and simple. And I think the theming is like pretty cool, and I like the colors and all that. Let me see over here. I got some nice dodgems. I kind of like what I did with this nice path, and they got this like underground exit. I think it looks kind of cool. I had to work with a lot of underground stuff with this park. I had to do so much underground stuff with this park, because basically one issue this park has is this center area is just super crowded. So right here, this is an underground walkway. Right here, this is an underground walkway. Here's one of the exits of the underground walkways, just so people can get around a little bit better. I like this little top spin ride with like it's got like a little pond next to it. I got some like cool go-karts. I named these shroom carts, and I wonder why I named these shroom carts. So if I had to talk about all the different roller coasters in this park, and I had to rate them like in order of if it was real life, how cool I think they would be, or how fun I think they would be. So this would be, there's total of 4 coasters. This would be kind of like the 4th place coaster. This would be kind of like the 3rd place coaster. This coaster looks like pretty cool. It's got like, it drops into like a nice like overbank turn. You go through these like towers. You got some nice like bank turns. You got some more like overbank turns and stuff like that. And you got all this like these like monsters and stuff like that. I called it Monsuda Machi. It's kind of like Monster Town. Machi no Ego no Imi wa village, or like town. Then you have this ride, which I called it Miracle Sympho X, named after a 2DX song.
Machine Gun.
And oh my god, I love what I got to do with this ride. It's a splash boats ride. It's very purple themed. I love what I was able to do with the station. And like, you know, I add a little tunnel right here, you go through this mountain, then you get the Splash Boats hill, and when you go through the hill, you go through this rocky area that I created. You actually go close to the River Rapids ride, which I didn't name the River Rapids ride, but the River Rapids ride was another thing that I ended up being really happy with. I did a lot of custom scenery with the River Rapid rides. If you notice, like some of these whitewash water, I try to get pretty creative here. Also, what I like to do with some of my water rides is I like to make the water look more natural, so that way, like, you can see I kind of make these things that look like they're pumping the water in and out of this area. You see the stats on this, 4.6. Intense excitement. This is 6.16 intensity, and it's like kind of like low intensity, low nausea. This whole area of the park, I really like it. It's like everything's like so detailed. Coming over to the other side of the park, what you could kind of divide this park up to is you could divide it like you have your chill and gentle stuff over in this section, and then you have your more extreme stuff over here, and then you got your water rides over here. I wasn't intentionally trying to split up the park this way, but it actually ended up being split this way naturally, and I think it ends up kind of making it like just a little bit nicer. Let's talk about this ride. I named this ride Infection. The reason why I named this ride Infection was because it was reminding me of this one game called Sound Voltex Infinite Infection. Just because that game was very pink, and this is very pink. It's more like violet than is pink, but whatever. This coaster is definitely my favorite coaster in the park. It's also the favorite thing I created in this park. I created my own special, like this whole coaster has its own little area that's kind of dedicated to it, where you got the first aid stations, cotton candy, and then this is like, I think this is a souvenir shop. I created a really cool area for this fucking ride, and if we kind of watch it, you know, it kind of goes down to a curved drop, which is pretty standard for inverted coasters. Kind of goes around, big banked turn right there, which I really like. Nice little half loop into barrel roll, or half barrel roll, then half barrel roll into corkscrew into brake run. I really like this ride. I was also like, I made all these like towers during the ride. Like I was so happy with this creation. I will say honestly, this is probably my favorite thing I've ever created in Roller Coaster Tycoon. Here, let me also open up the stats. You can see the stats are, here's the stats on the screen. It's like, I just really like this ride. Over here we got a launch tower, you know, pretty standard, you know, just like a launch tower with a lot of scenery. It's about 150 feet, so it's like, you know, kind of tall too. And then we got pretty much the flagship coaster of the park. Like if this was a real park, this would be like the flagship coaster of the park. It's called Volcanic, which is again named after a song. Mostly I like name all of my rides after songs. We can kind of watch this right now. So I fucking love this ride. This ride is like, look at the stats real quick. The stats are, I think the stats are actually really good. Maybe it's a little bit too intense, but this is kind of like just like the giant, huge coaster for the park, and it, you know, it really completes things. You know, I have like a little building for the line, and you know that's about it. This is like, it's not like the biggest park ever, but this is like, you know, I really did fill everything up. You know. And I'm just like, I'm really satisfied with everything I created here. This was Dimensional River. That was my first park showcase in what hopefully will be a series of park showcases. Also, I built this entire park on my Twitch stream. So if you'd be interested in watching the creation process of like any of this stuff, Then in the description, I'll be linking to my Twitch screen. And also, I'll link my Twitter too, because what I also do is whenever I'm like working on my parks and rides, I'll kind of tweet out pictures of the work in progress stuff, and then as it finishes, and yeah, it's like, I love this game. I've been playing this game since I was a kid, and I'm not going to stop anytime soon. So yeah, that was Dimensional River, Roller Coaster Tycoon 2, Park Showcase 1, number 1. Alright, see you guys later.